Good. It's a blind leading the blind. Brad is blind, but he's an instructor, and he uses his dog.
Very cool. What's his dog's name? What's the dog's name?
The one in the picture is, her name is Delaney.
Delaney got retired.
Really?
They retired the lady. And she only lived a month after that. She said, it's like, I'm done with my job, so she just said that. She got a million now in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I don't blame Delaney for that one.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll get this new one up and running for you. I'll teach you how to use it. And later on today, I'll give him a call, okay?
Okay. There's somebody you can call him at 9.
I don't know if we'll be done at 9, but I'll give him a call later for y'all.
Alright.
Very good. And then I know we have that device that hangs around your neck that's similar to that old Palm Pilot.
Yes.
I have the device here that is similar to the old Palm Pilot. I have it sitting over here charging.
So you have the Roger thing. You don't need that anymore.
We don't need that anymore with the new one. If you're wanting to do Bluetooth for your phone to your hearing aid and to your implant, we'll use this device that hangs around your neck called an R-tone.
Yeah.
Tommy, with this R-tone that will program to be compatible with both your hearing aid and your implant. Do you stream music from your phone? Is that what you like to do? Or stream
videos,
music and all the things?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. Well, good. So we'll do that here in just a second. And I'm gonna look at that hearing aid over on your right ear real quick. If you'll take it out of your ear for me. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
And then what I need to do is tell my software what kind of hearing aid this is. That way, everything will connect and talk. So it'll take me just a minute to click a bunch of buttons over here.
Does the new implant have more channels on it?
It has about this, it should, the programming of it should sound much the same. When I think about channels, that's more of a hearing aid thing. Usually when hearing aids come out with a new hearing aid, they have more channels. But implants, usually it's the same amount of channels.
Which is?
There's 12 channels. Well, it's kind of different than that because when I'm thinking about an implant, it says little electrodes that's on the inside of your ear and that inner ear and that cochlea that's wound up in there. So I'm playing each of those different electrodes. So a little bit different than necessarily if you think channels like a hearing aid.
I heard of some that had like 120 channels.
Not on these implants.
Where'd you hear that, Joe?
Maybe some hearing aids. Or maybe some really, really nice like speakers that you might listen to through for like the TV, those big sound bars and all for a TV.
Yeah.
Did you have anything good to eat last night for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
What'd you eat?
Some chicken wings.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Y'all like them spicy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Although these weren't spicy, but they were yummy.
Oh yeah.
And some cookies, and we drank some beer.
Nice. You had a great time, sounds like.
Yep. I had a slow day because I partied in Raleigh on Saturday night.
Did you party in Raleigh?
Oh yeah, I was like up till 2 a.m. I was exhausted.
Oh my goodness.
I had a slow day.
Where all did you go in Raleigh?
Well, I went to Alchemy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've ever been there.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Oh, it's fun. Like, if you buy it, like, you could feel the music in your feet,
Oh,
in your
really?
legs, in your chest. You feel it everywhere.
What kind of music is it?
EDM.
Okay.
And it was fun.
That's what it's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. I made it up to go to church and then go to Chargirl.
Okay.
But I was like, just doing whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot we had to go make a beer run, so I was late to the Super Bowl party last night. Yeah, I've been going hard.
Having a good time, huh?
Oh yeah.
With your hearing aid over here, do you ever switch it into telecoil?
What's that?
So telecoil is a kind of a wireless connection that we'll end up using for this R-tone. So I'm going to look and see in your hearing aid how to activate the telecoil, because you might have to push a button up on your hearing aid.
Oh, you mean the little circular one for the programs?
That's the button you might have to push. Let me see if it's already activated in your hearing aid.
I think it might be. There's like 4 programs on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
there's.
gotta figure out which one is best for crossing streets, Joe.
Oh.
We won't use the R-tone for that.
No. I use omnidirectional and I put it up 3 volumes up from default.
Yeah, I would agree that omnidirectional will be the best. Because those microphones are picking up 360 all the way around you for that.
What happens to him is, like, if 4 cars are close to one another, he won't hear 4 distinctive cars.
Right.
So that's what freaks out the O&M instructor.
Gotcha.
Because instead of being like, if it's like 35, especially if it's like a slow moving road or a slower moving road, it's just steady. But if it's like a fast moving road, it's like, well, there's more space between them. I can hear the distinct cars.
You hear the better than that?
Yeah.
And do you mainly, on your Cochlear implant side, do you mainly use disposable batteries?
Yes.
Okay, very good. That's what they gave you for this new one too, is a bunch of
We
disposable.
like that better.
A whole box of batteries over here.
Oh, wow.
Whole box of them.
It's easier for me to, like, I love the disposable ones. It's just easier for me, you know. I had to change them in the club the other night.
Did you?
Yep. That was a bit interesting.
Was it? Okay. On your hearing aid, do you ever change the programs over there, or do you mainly just put it on and go?
Well, when I put it on, I just put it on omnidirectional and go.
Okay.
Unless, like, when I used to use my Roger pen, I just don't anymore because I have to have the headphone jack, and my case won't allow me to plug in the jack. And it was only working with my hearing aid, so I just never used it. But when I did that, I used to use, what's that setting? Not the default one, but the one after it.
The, like, speech and, or say that again for me.
The one right after the default.
Like the Roger plus Mike setting.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I may make that setting this new R-tone setting. See if I can do that. That way, when you're trying to trip it into this new configuration, that'll be the first in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it.
You from here?
I'm from Georgia.
Oh, wow. We recently drove through there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you doing that you were going through Georgia?
Going to Florida.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. What part of Florida were you trying to go to?
Well, we went to Jacksonville, and then we went to Tampa Bay.
Nice.
But instead of going through, like, Atlanta, and, like, that main part of Georgia there, even if you're going to the west coast of Florida now from Charlotte, you just go 95.
95 all the way, huh?
Yep.
A little bit more hearing aid here in a little bit. Put that on beside my other computer. I got 2 computers in here I gotta work with.
Oh, wow.
Amazing you don't have a student with you.
Not today, I don't.
Normally everybody we've seen has.
Normally,
Mm-hmm.
They're around here, just not with me at the moment.
Oh, wow.
They'll be with me this afternoon, though. I'm gonna look at the magnet over on your left side and see what strength it is and make sure it's still a good strength for you.
Alright.
So I'll wiggle it a little bit.
Now I have nothing in. Now I can't hear very well at all.
Okay, I'll put this back on. There you go. I'm just gonna go. That's still your old one.
Do what?
That's still your old one.
Alright.
I was just checking to see what size magnet it has on the inside. That way, when I put the magnet in your new one, it should stick up there just the same.
Alright. I have to shave, like, I remember when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'll just let the hair grow on it like normal. But if the hair gets too long, it doesn't stick.
It doesn't stick on there, does it?
Yeah, so I will shave a spot to put it in.
Mommy and I had work, so we had
Yeah.
Whoever was trimming that spot did a good job, because I didn't know until I took that magnet off of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it, a lot of times he tries, and then it becomes a work of art.
Yeah, the work of art. Y'all did a good job.
Yeah, I have gotten better. When I used to do it with one of my razors that has it's like a circle.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do very well, but like, huh?
You didn't do very well, huh?
No, but with the one that's like you just move it straight up and down,
Uh-huh.
I did well, but it's like too sharp for my head, so it's like get red spots on
Is it
it.
too sharp for your head?
Like it's like too sharp
Really
for.
has contact on the tight.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna step out for just a second and get the right side magnet for you, okay?
Alright.
I need a number 5. I have a number 4, so I need a number 5.
Joe?
Yeah, Daddy. Patrick Mahomes might be the next GOAT.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if this will
He
fit.
doesn't get hurt. He's got to stop scrambling.
Yeah.
He'll get hurt.
That's part of his game, though.
No?
Not as much as Lamar Jackson and Cam Newton, but Cam Newton wasn't a very good
It was a
pass.
great game, but I got to tell you, the Zebras did Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He should have been the Eagles and
The Bengals.
yeah.
Oh, that would have been a crazy game.
Yeah.
You a football fan?
I know more college football than pro. I went to Georgia for undergrad. So we're big
Oh, yeah.
college football fans around.
Dog.
I'm a dog.
Yeah, that guy got arrested
He
somewhere.
got in trouble, I think, for
Yeah.
partying.
Yeah, in Dallas, Texas, of all places.
He had a good time after he won those 2 national championships
Yeah.
and got in trouble for it.
I thought he would be the kind of guy who would be more restrained.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised.
I think a lot of people were surprised that ended up happening to him.
Well, he'll bounce back from it.
When you're used and you win those things, you're indestructible. So, Superman don't hold anything like that.
Yep. I mean, I always heard that Dallas was a pretty boring place.
I don't know if I've ever been to Dallas. I've been to San Antonio, but I haven't been to Dallas.
Well, like, it's like a business, like, it's more of a business city.
What do you think about Dallas?
That was back in the 80s.
It was probably better and more dangerous back then.
Well, I'm going to put this other magnet up to your left ear. You don't have to do anything. It's just going to take a measurement real quick for me.
Alright.
It'll be kind of quiet here for just a little bit while I take this measurement. I'll take this one off.
I always keep a picture of the Terminator with me.
The Terminator.
That's what it looks like inside of his head.
That's so cool.
I'm showing it from here.
What?
The Terminator.
I'll turn it on.
What, Daddy?
I have a picture of the X-ray of the inside of your head.
Oh.
And you look like the Terminator.
Oh, I can't hear much of anything without my hearing aid or my implant.
I took everything from you.
It's a bit scary.
I'll put it on.
I'm here, Joe.
I'm just like a keyboard warrior. I'm so much better with my technology on. I don't get into the keyboard warrior stuff other than for Bojangles.
Yeah?
When people when people talk crap about Bojangles. I love my Bojangles.
Joe, can you hear me?
What?
I said, looking at that Chubbington, you like more stuff than Bojangles.
What do you say?
I'll give this back to you. Just a second.
I'll repeat it later.
Hearing is not good.
Okay. Put this back on you.
Do what?
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Let's see. Can you hear me again?
Yes.
You got your new one on.
Oh, wow.
It's connected to my cable, so there's a cable laying in front of you.
Oh, okay.
But everything is still connected to my computer, but you are listening to the new one.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool? I put what was in your old processor, and I put it in this new processor.
That's great.
Isn't that great? Does it sound any different than your old one does, or does it sound just about the same?
It sounds just about the same.
Okay, good. That's what I was hoping you'd say, because I didn't make any changes to it. I just took whatever was loaded into that old processor and I put it in the new processor.
Alright.
Do I sound loud enough? Or do you feel like I need to be any louder than this? What do you think?
You sound loud enough.
Plenty loud. In that old processor, when I read it out, it looks like you just had that one program in there.
Yeah.
I may put you a second program in there that's more of that, like you said, an omnidirectional program.
Oh, wow.
So give that a go when you're what was his name? When you were with Brad. And you said you're all trying to cross the street and hear cars, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Try going into this second program, and I'll show you how to get into that second program. But that second program is going to be more of an omnidirectional program, so picking up 360 all the way around you. See if that one treats you a little bit better when you're trying to hear cars and all.
Alright.
Because that first program, it's really geared towards speech. So,
okay.
And that microphone is trying to pick up kind of whoever's loudest gets the floor, is how I think about how that microphone acts and picks up. Because generally what the processor, what it's thinking is, well, whoever is talking is probably who he wants to hear. So that's where it directs its microphones. So we'll tell it to be more, pick up 360 all the way around you. When it's trying to pick up that traffic or
that'd be great. Because my hearing aid side is not much of an issue.
It's more of the implant side.
Yes.
So let's give this a go. Let's try this. They did give you a remote with this new one. and that's how you'll have to get it into that second program. So I'll show you that here in just a little bit once I get everything saved up into your processor.
So would that work with the R tone, or would I have to switch it back in default?
So the R tone is really just for streaming things from your phone. So
yes.
So this new processor.
But like if I am done crossing streets, I go wherever I'm going, and I want to use my R tone. Do I have to switch it back into the default program?
You'll push another button on here that's for the telecoil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you're trying to use your phone, we'll need to go to what's called the telecoil program in both your hearing aid and on your implant side.
Alright.
So we'll do telecoil for the telephone, and we'll do in both of your hearing aids and your implants. Program number 1 is just we're hanging out, we're talking, we're going to a restaurant. It's just your kind of everyday put it on and go type of program. Your program 2 will be that program when you're trying to cross the street and trying to listen for the cars, that omnidirectional program. And then there's a button on here called telecoil. That's for when you're trying to stream from your phone.
Alright. Yeah.
So let me turn this off for a little bit and save everything just like we said.
Alright.
And then we'll get to playing with your phone and all. So give me just a second. It may turn off on you for just a little bit, but I'll turn it back on.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna get this off of your ear. Do what?
Let's get this off. Okay. Put this on you.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Back on and running.
Huh?
Said, are you back on and running?
Yep.
Okay, that's your new one sitting on your ear. And it should feel pretty similar to your old one. The only thing that's a little bit different on it from the outside is that battery cover doesn't have that little box at the bottom. Since it doesn't need that.
Oh,
charger
okay.
connection.
Oh, like the receiver thing?
Yeah, it doesn't have the receiver at the bottom.
Oh, that's awesome, because, like, it would just stick and hang.
Oh,
And,
yeah. So this one will be a little shorter for you.
That'd be nice.
Let's see. And then they gave you a remote. Let's see. So hold out your hand. I'll hand you this remote.
Alright.
So on this remote, there's a screen up at the top. That screen there. And then there's a row of 3 buttons across. And let's see how many buttons down. I think it's 4 buttons down.
Yeah,
So
1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-huh.
Yep, 12
And then
buttons on
3 across and 4 down.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're trying to switch into that omnidirectional program, on that first row, the second button, that's the one you'll push. That one there. Uh-huh.
Alright, can I try it?
You can go for it. Let's
Does
see.
it sound different, Joe?
Give it one more push. There you go.
There we go.
Did it play a beep for you, or did it change?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're in that second program. And then I do believe if you hit it one more time, you'll go back into your everyday type of program. Hit it one more time. Yep.
There we go.
Okay, so that's how you'll switch between just hanging out and then going into that more omnidirectional program in program number 2. Let's see. The first button that you come up to on that first row, that's your volume button. So you can turn it up. And the one right beneath it on that second row, that's your volume down button. So if you were in any of these programs and you needed to turn the volume up a little bit, or you needed to turn it down a little bit, those are the 2 buttons that you could go to for there.
Oh, see, I never knew how to use the one that I had a big
Yeah,
remote.
those are the volume buttons. The first button that you come to, and then the first button on the second row.
Oh, wow.
So we know how to change the programs. That's the second button on the first row. And then we know how to change volume. So the first row button, or first row, first button, second.
First row, second button is the program, and first row, first button is volume up.
Turning it up. Mm-hmm.
So has it got braille on it?
It doesn't.
No,
You might want
memory.
to, you might want to mention it to Matt.
We do, and then second row, second button, that one there.
Alright.
That one is, there's a little arrow on it. It's kind of like return home, or return to kind of the default settings is how I think about it. So if one day you've really cranked the thing up, or if you've really turned it down and you just want to go to wherever I put you on the computer,
Oh,
second
okay.
button, second row will return it home.
Alright.
Okay. And then third button on that first row and third button on that second row, those are called sensitivity buttons. Those aren't active right now. What sensitivity does, it's kind of like your bubble. So how far out those microphones stretch and how far in those stretch.
Oh, to zoom in and zoom out like on the camera?
Yeah, kind of. And,
Kinda
but
cool.
sometimes we don't often activate those buttons because someone can get themselves into a little bit of trouble
Oh,
with
yeah.
those sensitivity buttons, because they can shrink their bubble in so much that they're not kind of picking up who's in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
So you could push those buttons. They're not going to do anything because they're
Yeah.
deactivated at the moment. So moving on down, third row, first button. That is your telecoil button.
Oh, okay.
So if that's for when you have that R tone, that loop around your neck, and you're trying to stream from your phone, that's the button we'll press for that. If you do it now, I think it'll play a bunch of static for you because it's seeking out that signal. It's seeking out that telecoil signal, and it doesn't have it.
Okay.
So that third row first button is what you'll use when you're trying to stream everything from your phone.
Alright.
Good deal. That fourth row, there's 3 buttons on that row. That one would be for someone that had 2 implants, because
Oh.
that's the button, that's the row of buttons that you could tell the remote control to tune up your left one, tune up your right one, or tune both of them.
Oh, wow.
So if you push any of that row on the bottom, it's not going to do anything because you don't have 2 implants.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see, that third row, and then third button. There's a lock on that. There's a lock on the remote, and that's the button that would lock or unlock the remote. So if you held it down for about 3 seconds, it would lock the remote.
Why would I need to do that?
Some people will do that if they're going to put the remote in their pocket. That
Oh,
way they
okay,
don't sit
then.
on it and accidentally turn it up.
Oh, that's a great thing.
But that's what that button would be for. You just hold it down for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then it should lock the
okay.
buttons on your on the remote. And then
Alright.
if you hold it down for another 3 or 4 seconds, everything will unlock.
What's that hole at the bottom? Is that a charger port?
You got it. Yep. Well, actually, let me see. No. So what that actually, I'll give it back to you. That is for if we wanted to put like a lanyard on it. Do you want me to put a lanyard on it?
No, I would just, if I'd just put it in my pocket, just lock it and put it in my
You
pocket.
could, yeah. Some people like to wear it around their neck. If you wanted to wear it around your neck, I could put a lanyard on it.
Oh.
But that's what that's for.
You know, I'm thinking about that, because if I have it in my pocket and I go somewhere and I end up losing it, I'd be screwed.
You want it on a lanyard?
Yes.
Remember, you're going to have two things on you. You got that other thing that goes around your neck, too.
No, I'll just keep it in my pocket.
Keep it in your pocket.
It would be
Yeah.
smarter to do that.
If you ever change your mind, there's a lanyard. There's they're going to send you home with a backpack that has a couple red boxes in it. In one of those boxes, there's a lanyard. So if you ever wanted to put a lanyard on there, it's in your stuff. You could do that. You mentioned battery. So that remote in your hand, it runs off of like a watch battery. So if you flip it over, that there, you could stick a quarter in and kind of twist the back of it off.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you could put one of those big flat watch batteries in it.
Okay, it looks like a 675.
Yeah, exactly. Very good.
Oh, these still take 675s, right?
Oh, sorry. Your implant takes 675. These watch batteries, I forget the number on those.
I know what they are. I'll pull one out and get one. You know what? I'll just get you one and put it with your spare battery. So.
Yeah,
Alright.
but that remote battery should last you kind of like a watch battery does for a good long while. You don't have to charge it or anything.
What's the third button on the first row for?
Let's see, third button on the first row you said?
Yes.
That is a sensitivity button. So
Oh, that's right. That's the one that's like... So the only buttons that matter for me are the volume up and down
Got
buttons,
it?
the omnidirectional button,
Got it.
and the telecoil button, which would be which one? The second or
First button you come to on the third row.
this one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we'll practice with that here in just a second.
So it's kind of like a little, almost like a triangle with 4 buttons.
Yeah.
Should I text Brad that he won't be getting a call anytime soon?
It'll be after this, so yeah, if you don't mind, because we still got a bunch of stuff to do. Okay. Up next.
Hey Brad, the doctor's got more work to do, so you won't get a call now. You have something else to do. Period.
Let's see. Up next, I'm gonna get your hearing aid up and running with this R-tone. So I'm gonna click a bunch of buttons over here real quick.
Alright. Hold on. Which one's the lock button? The one on the...
The lock button is, let me see, the 3rd button on the 3rd row.
Alright. This one?
3rd button, let me see, maybe it's done just a second. Yes, 3rd button, you got it.
Should I lock it now?
You can. Hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. Yep, you got it.
Hey Joey,
Yeah?
when you get to see Brad, you might want to ask him if it's possible to do some of those little markings on the buttons.
Oh, I can memorize
Oh, you
which
can
one.
remember? Okay.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Oh, he does. He's my external hard drive.
That's what I
Mine is
remember you
failing.
saying.
Yeah, we go places, say, Joe, remember that address?
Yeah, he can't remember much.
Yeah. And tell it what you call me, especially when it gets later on at night.
Sometimes I'm like, Daddy, it's time to go to bed, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I didn't know what you were going to call me.
You know how sometimes the president will, like, when he's trying to finish a sentence, he would, he couldn't get the word out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of times that's what my daddy does, so it's like, so that's why.
That gift runs in my family, Doug, so thank God I got an external hard drive.
Yeah. It's good to have external hard drive.
My GPS, my external hard drive.
Yep.
You'll drive a good long way to come out here too, don't you?
Yeah, that's why he said, well, if we gotta be there at 8, why don't we just stay in Raleigh for a couple of days?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep.
Yep, Joey always makes
Adventure out of everything.
There you go.
Yeah. That's why he went to Florida. He got laid off from his job. And he said, Daddy, I got bad news, Father. I got laid off. And I got good news. Road trip.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
That was a long one. We did a week.
Yeah.
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 Like Jacksonville. Jacksonville was, yeah.
You don't like Jacksonville?
That's fun. We have to see family there. That's the only reason to go there. Unless your team's playing the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's another thing we try to do, Doc.
Yep. PFS Stadium.
To all the NFL stadiums.
Which one's your favorite so far?
Ooh. Definitely not. Baltimore's pretty cool, but I couldn't really enjoy it because it was like 35 degrees and the inner harbor wind was blowing.
Oh, really? I'm going to go to Baltimore in about a month or so. You got any recommendations?
Stay in the hotel and be careful where you go.
I will not go there and I will not take my implant off in Baltimore.
No? Oh, really?
Yeah, it has the reputation.
It has gone down the tubes, and I mean, you can walk and my cousin and his son, they went to Baltimore to Camden Yards,
Uh-huh.
and they were walking around looking for a restaurant, and the police stopped them.
Oh, really?
What are you doing here?
Uh-huh.
So we're looking for such a restaurant. It's closed. You need to get out of this side of town, go back to the tourist.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to give you your name back, okay? So
All right.
right here, there is your hearing aid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that is a pretty dangerous place.
Baltimore.
Yeah. Like, we stayed in D.C.
Yeah.
when we went.
It was an event. We stayed a week in D.C.
Oh, wow.
We gotta go back because we missed a lot. We didn't go to the Pentagon.
No, we did not go to the Pentagon.
Well, with your hearing aid on and your implant on, so if we're now starting to think about how to connect everything to your phone, I'm gonna get this R-tone off of my charger.
Alright, well, I have my hearing aid on me. Should I put it on the... Oh, good.
You can leave your hearing aid on. We'll have to pair everything up to your phone and all first, but
Alright.
so put your hand out again. I'll show you what this R-tone is. So there's that loop that will hang around your neck. It's probably pretty similar to that Palm Pilot that you've had before.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, let's see, there's 5 buttons on it. That first button has a plus on it. There's that middle, or that button you're touching right now is the forward button. If you keep going around that circle, that bottom button, yep, is a minus. And then keep on going around, that's your reverse button or your backup button.
Oh.
So plus is what you're hitting right now.
Oh, that's cool. So you can fast forward
yeah.
and oh, that's cool.
That's your reverse. So turn up will be
This one.
Yep. And then
And
volume down will be that one. And then that middle button, they call that the multifunction button. But that's where it has a play and a pause button on it. But that's also the button that we'll use in just a moment when I am pairing it to your phone. It's one of those buttons that you hold down for about 4 seconds and it puts it in pairing mode so I can connect it to your phone.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't mind getting your phone out, I'll pair this up.